Good morning, my dear students. How are you today? Our lesson today is lesson 4 using corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Again, using corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Let's start our exercise directly. Here we have a shape like that, and the given is angle KBC, KBC, KBC. This angle is congruent to angle ACB, ACB, and angle K is congruent to angle A. Proves that KB congruent to AC, KB congruent to AC. First, we need to prove that the two triangles here are congruent. The two triangles here are congruent. Here, because I have angle equal angle, and another angle equal another angle, and this side is common. This side is common between the two triangles. So, the two triangles are congruent. But I told you before that the side should be joining between the two angles. Here I have angle, angle, and not joining side. Angle, angle, not joining side. In this lesson, we are going to prove that two triangles are congruent without the joining side. Why? Because if you have this angle equal this angle, and this angle equal this angle, so automatically the third angle will be equal to the third angle. So you have angle and joining side, and also angle and joining side. So it's a rule: if you have two angles are equal to another two angles in another triangle, and you have a side equal side and this side not joining between them, so the two triangles are congruent. Again, here we have angle equals angle. So this is the first one. Since angle A is congruent to angle K, comma, and also angle BCA is congruent to angle CBK, and also angle KBC is congruent to angle ACB, and the third condition, BC is congruent to BC again, means common side, means common what side. So triangle KBC is congruent to triangle ACB. And from congruent, because the two triangles are congruent, so KB is congruent to AC. So KB is congruent to AC, sure, because the two triangles are congruent. So KB will be congruent to AC or equal L length. So again, if you have two angles in the first triangle equals two angles in the second triangle, and you have side equal side, side in the first triangle equal side in the second triangle, so the two triangles are congruent, even the side not joining between them. Let's see another exercise. Here we have a two triangle like that. Our given is BA congruent to DA, BA congruent to DA, CA congruent to EA. Proves that angle C is congruent to angle E. Again, we need to prove that the two triangles are congruent. And here we have the first condition. The first condition that AE is congruent to AC, AE is congruent to AC. The second condition is AB is congruent to AD, no problem. What about the third condition? Who can tell me? Yes, the third condition is this angle equals to this angle by vertically opposite angles. So angle EAD is congruent to angle CAB. Why? Vertically opposite angles. This angle equals to this angle. Now the two triangles are congruent because you have side and included angle. Another triangle, side and included triangle. So side included triangle, side included triangle. So the two triangles are congruent. So if the two triangles are congruent, sure, angle E is congruent to angle C. First, so triangle AED is congruent to the triangle ACB. And then, because the two triangles are congruent, so angle C is congruent to angle E. Another exercise. Here we have this shape, and we need to prove that EA is congruent to MA. EA, this one, is congruent to MA. As usual, we are going to try that prove that the two triangles are congruent, these two triangles. How come? Here we have given TM equals to TE. The second one, yes, angle MTA is congruent to angle ETA. What about the third condition? Yes, excellent. TA is the common side. So you have side and also side and included angle. Side and included angle between them. So the two triangles are congruent, so EA is congruent to MA. Let's write the proof. First, TM is congruent to TE. Number two, angle MTA, this angle, is congruent to angle ETA. Angle MTA is congruent to angle ETA. The third condition is TA congruent to TA again. Common side between the two triangles, or side is exist here and exists here. So triangle TMA is congruent to triangle TEA. And from the congruency, we are going to find, or we are going to conclude that EA is congruent to MA. Another exercise, and this is the last one. We have a shape like that, and prove that angle U is congruent to angle E. As usual, we are going to try to prove that the two triangles are congruent. Let's find our conditions. UN is congruent to NE, it's a given. UJ is congruent to AJ, sorry. So what about the third condition? Who can tell me? Yes, the third condition is JN is a common side between the two triangles. So this case will be side. Let's write our condition. First, we have UN is congruent to UJ. Sorry, UN is congruent to EN. Sorry. And the second one, UJ is congruent to EJ. What about the third condition? The third condition that GJ N is congruent to JN, and this is called common side. So triangle UNJ is congruent to triangle ENJ. And from congruency, we are going to conclude that angle U is congruent to angle E. Now we finished our lesson. I hope you understood this lesson well. Please study the exercises well before you starting your homework. Don't forget your online assignment. Have a nice day. Thank you.